Good afternoon again, and this is part 2 of The Quiet War Against Humanity. The diversion of primary strategy. The document speaks of gaining control of the public by keeping them undisciplined, ignorant, confused, and deorganized and distracted. Keep the public diverted away from the real social issues and captivated by matters of no importance. Sabotage their mental activities by constant barrage of sex, violence, wars, and media. Therefore, mental and emotional rape. Give them junk food for thought and deprive them of what they really need, especially a sound education. Keep the public entertained below the 6th grade level. Work. Keep the public busy with no time to think. Back on the farm with the other animals. Destroy the faith of the American people in each other. The general rule: there is profit in confusion. The more confusion, the more profit. Therefore, the best approach is to create problems and then offer solutions. Problem, reaction, solution. I think we've heard this lately, haven't we? The welfare state as a strategic weapon. The public wants the government to perpetuate their dependency role of a childhood. Simply put, not easy to attain. Human God to eliminate all risk from their life. Pat them on the head, kiss their bruises, and put a chicken at every dinner table. Tuck them in and tell them everything will be all right. The human God is the politician who promises the world and delivers nothing. The public behavior is surrender born of fear, laziness, expediency. It is the basis of welfare state as a strategic weapon useful against a disgusting public. The public's lack of resistance is a sign that it is ripe for the surrender and is consenting to enslavement and legal encroachment. A good indicator of harvest time is the number of public citizens who pay income tax despite an obvious lack of receptacle of honest service from the government. Examples of silent weapons. People may object that this document is yet another forgery. However, people who are conscious can see that this blueprint already has been executed. The promotion of homosexuality under the guise of tolerance and equality is an example of the silent weapon. The equation of homosexual marriage with heterosexual marriage is a brazen denial of the uniqueness of heterosexuality. While they blabber about human rights, they viciously attack the health and happiness of 97% of the population. See, the few running the many. The difference between heterosexuality and homosexuality is one word: children. Homosexuals do not have biological children. Becoming parents is an essential step in the heterosexual development. This requires that we form a permanent bond that is unique to us. See, homosexuals could have a special class of marriage with all the same rights and responsibilities, but they are used to confuse the majority so we don't bond and suffer arrested development as a result. Feminism is another example. By denying healthy, natural heterosexual roles, women assert the plan of men as providers and have few or no children. Often as single parents, men become redundant or wives. Family is destroyed and society destabilized. Other silent weapons. The mass media and education mislead, manipulate, distract, and deform. Mental and emotional rape, they call it. While we have material plenty, our minds and souls are starved for truth. We are conditioned to think about trivia or evade reality altogether. No coverage or debate is given to the insidious progress of the world government and the erosion of national independence. Because there will be no meaningful national or nationhood or democracy, the young are not taught history or civic virtues. Sex is promoted as a lifelong obsession. Pornography is rampant. We are not supposed to have matters of concern, such as the sort of world our children will inherit. When was the last time you saw a movie that taught you or inspired you? that contains recognizable human situations and emotions that address the real issues we face, that warmed your heart and made you glad to be alive? When did a movie present a hero you could adopt as a role model? Mankind has the intelligence to create a wonderful world, and we are being sabotaged. Satan's disciples are responsible for the murder of scores of presidents and other leaders, for depression, genocide, war, and including the bogus Cold War and its successor, the War on Terror. All wars are against humanity, organized by the satanic cult. This is very interesting too, because this document is like the protocols of Zionism. Even if it is fake, someone's following it because it's all coming true. The same with this document. The headquarters is Chatham House in London, and their branch office is part of the Pratt House in New York City. The web of control extends through the Rockefeller, Rothschild banking and oil cartels, corporations, foundations, think tanks, intelligent networks, and governments. The logos of scores of huge corporations, including mass media, contain Masonic references. Our political, economic, and cultural leaders have sold their souls and betrayed society. They are literally servants of Satan. Otherwise, they would not tolerate that both presidential candidates are members of a satanic secret society. Skull and bones. They would not tolerate the obvious ruse that took place September 11th. They imagine they will be privileged in the New World Order. History has shown that everyone is expendable. I hope they remember that. Conclusion. We call ourselves progressive, but that is another example of doublespeak. The progress is being made by the Illuminati. While man was made in God's image, human life was sacred. When we agreed God was dead, we became expendable. That's why the author of Silent Wars can refer to us as beast of burden and use the Darwinian struggle to justify the enslavement and genocide. So Darwin's theories are being used, and it's just horrible. Satan is not content to destroy us physically. He has a wager with God. Are we made in God's image or not? In order to win, we need to prove that we are nothing but dumb animals. Lack of resistance signifies our acquiescence, and we have been progressively demoralized and lewd. We must shake off our stupor and show that we are not jellyfish, but men who will fight for our divine birthright. This is a battle humanity can never evade. The longer it is postponed, the harder it will be to win. Harry Markov is the author of A Long Way to Go for a Date. He received his PhD in English Literature from the University of Toronto. He welcomes your feedback and ideals at henry@savethemails.ca. Okay, that's the end of the article. And again, I got to look at the time, but I was trying to get through this article to finish it up today. I may be back to have a third part to have a discussion over what we just learned and how accurate this document was, being that it's that old and everything in it's come true today. So, I have to tell you, I believe it. And actually, the source of that article originally actually came out of the book Behold a Pale Horse by William Cooper, and it's basically I think it's the first chapter in the book, but you can check on it yourself and do your own research. That's the whole thing is, do your own research. Don't believe me if you don't want to, or believe the article, but make sure you do your own research. I'm cutting off here now, and I'll talk to you all later. So you be good, or be good at it.